following program was provided by an independent producer solely responsible for its content. The opinions expressed do not necessarily represent the views of this station, its staff, board of directors, or underwriters.
Hi, welcome to Ring and All of the Sports. My name is Leo Connors. I'm your host, along with my co-host, Derek Dukes. And tonight, we're going to be talking a little bit about the WWE Cruiserweight Global Series.
Yes, Cruiserweight Global Series.
Talk about that.
But how many times have I said to you, every time we do a show, we talk about how much Triple H hates Cruiserweights?
Yeah.
Golf clap.
Yeah, absolutely.
Golf clap.
Absolutely.
It's about
absolutely.
time.
Yes. And we talked, remember last week we even said it too, that, you know, why is he pushing these guys when he wouldn't take Davey and Eddie?
I know.
You know what I mean?
It doesn't make any sense.
Exactly.
You figured that Davey and Eddie would be perfect for that, and now you got Austin Aries coming in, and supposedly Bobby Roode.
Right.
I'm sorry. I don't know if anyone knew that yet.
Yeah,
and
that's exciting, though.
It is exciting, you know.
He's awesome.
And Austin Aries is an unbelievable worker, and Bobby Roode is a great worker, and he's loyal. That's why he's been with TNA for so long.
Right. I remember he used to wrestle a lot, like, you know, putting guys over, putting good on, like, Jacked and
All the time.
Shotguns, all those, you
All
know,
the time.
that third-tier shows,
Yep,
whatever you
better
want to
believe
call
it.
them. Real quick, last week we talked about Cue Ball Carmichael and
Yes.
Dino Divine, and I
Yes.
couldn't remember the name of the group, and I couldn't remember the third guy that I wanted to talk about. It's Wise Guy, Jimmy Cesaro. The group was total quality management. They wrestled down in Maryland and Virginia.
Okay.
I remember reading about them, and when, you know, the internet kind of broke around here, the first thing I did was look up guys like that.
Yep.
And watch their matches and stuff. Real quick, the other guys in the group was Chip and Chad Bowman, and they had a valet named Tara Rising. I wonder where they got that name.
Tara Rising.
Wow, that's pretty difficult to find where they got that name. That's no knock on you, Q. Don't worry about it. You know, awesome stuff from back in the day. Well, what do you want? We can jump right in on the Global Cruiserweight Series.
Cruiserweight, man.
They named 7 guys today. They named the guys from NXT, Rich Swann.
Yep.
Tommaso Ciampa, local guy. And from Cleveland, Johnny Gargano.
Yep.
And the other guys that they have is Zack Sabre Jr., who's really been wrestling around here quite a bit lately with Beyond Wrestling.
Yep.
Noam Dar, who's he's in England. He's from Scotland. I'm sorry. He's from Scotland. Wrestles over in England. And the Cool Star Ho Ho Lun, who's from Hong Kong, and he wrestles for 0-1 based the Hong Kong 0-1.
Right.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
And also Akira Tozawa from Japan.
From Japan. No kidding.
So we're going to talk about those guys a little bit. We might as well start with the guys that we really don't know a lot about, because we'll get them through quickly, because we really, unlike, well, Zach, we know a little bit about. We've seen him quite a bit. It's awesome. If you've never seen Zack Sabre Jr., get on the internet, go on YouTube right away.
This kid, he's crazy.
Unbelievable. He's actually going to be in April 24th in Somerville at that Beyond show we talked about last week.
Wow.
He actually, last time, if I'm not mistaken, it was either in Rhode Island or it was in Somerville, he wrestled Brian Fury. So Brian, you know, I know we talked about a little about Brian, but he really is starting to, you know, get a little acclaim. You know what I mean? He really is starting to get his name out there.
Right.
Before it was all his students were getting all the glory, really. But he's starting to get it. I've watched Brian from when he first started, and he was a skinny little guy. He doesn't look like matter of fact, one time on Facebook, somebody said he looked like a pothead, and he got all mad. But Brian, I'm sorry, but you do look like one. I know you don't do it, but you look like one. Compared to what you look like on the picture I took of you at Jeff Costa's show at St. Stan's in Nashville, New Hampshire, you totally look different, dude. You look like a burnout. That's just the look. I'm not saying you are, but you look like one. So you can't get mad when people say that, because that's what you look like.
Then he's playing the right role.
Exactly. But Zack Sabre Jr., he's from England. You know, he's really influenced by Johnny Saint, Mark Rollerball Rocco, all those guys. You know what I mean? Have you ever seen Zach wrestle? I've only seen him on YouTube.
Oh, YouTube, yeah. Never seen him.
Unbelievable, though. Yeah. He really is technical. He's not a huge high flyer, but he does do a little high flying.
Right.
But he's definitely a great technical wrestler. The other guys, Noam Dar, he's, like I said, he's from Scotland. I had to write some stuff down because I was not familiar with him at all.
Well, that's what you and I need to do. We need to figure out if these guys are coming over to go onto the main stage to go after this prestigious in WWE.
Right.
It is definitely prestigious. 'Cause
Absolutely.
even when they took over WCW, they totally got rid of the cruiserweight division.
Yeah. Yeah.
They kept the United States title
Right.
and so on and so forth. But they got rid of that division.
Yeah.
And I'll say it once, I'll say it a million times. I don't understand why Triple H hates cruiserweight so bad.
Yeah,
But
I know.
maybe he's finally realizing that the heavyweight division, it's still there. You still have your big guys,
Of course.
but the cruiserweight. Excuse the terminology, by the way.
Yeah.
I hope none of the. I don't want to insult anybody when it comes to cruiserweight. You're not a heavyweight, so on and so
Right.
forth. Listen, you're a professional wrestler. You love what you do. Whether you're a cruiserweight, heavyweight, whether you're a woman's wrestler, not a diva. If you're a woman's wrestler, it's the fact of the matter of it's where you look when people go, oh, he's a cruiserweight. He's under 200 pounds, or he's only 205 or 215 or whatever it is.
Right. Isn't it? Is it under 215 or 220? Right.
I want to say it's under 220. Yes,
it is. I think it is 220.
Because I think Dean Malenko and Eddie were always around the 220, 215 mark.
Right.
Always.
Yeah.
Because of their build. I mean, they
Right.
were Jericho.
Yeah.
Jericho was always. See, Jericho was always in the 235.
Yeah, he was close to a heavyweight. He's
He-
pretty
he-
well. Technically, I guess you could call him a heavyweight.
Anything
but
over that.
He was smaller though compared to some of them.
He definitely was. But I'm just glad that they're bringing this back because
Yeah, me too.
now they have something more to look forward to.
Right.
And I'm definitely going to do a little more looking about these guys before they start the tournament because I like to see who these guys actually
Me
are.
too.
Do a little more research on them. And of course, that's what we love to do. We like to learn
Right.
about the talent.
Yeah.
It's all learning about the talent. I don't know any of them personally, unfortunately. So it'd be good to see them work and see how they work.
Right.
Get a feel for them.
Absolutely. Like we said, Noam Dar is from Scotland. He's 5'9", 168 pounds. Trained by Colin McKay, who I've heard of just through Colt's podcast,
Yep.
interviewing guys like Grado and Damo. They
Mhm.
talk about Colin a little bit. He's 22 years old. He debuted in 2008. So he debuted
Wow.
young. So what's
Wow.
that? That's 8 years ago. So he
Wow.
was 14 years old when he had his first match.
Wow,
That's amazing.
That must be totally different over on that side.
Oh, absolutely.
of the
Has
world.
to be. Yeah.
Well, look at Paige.
Yeah. True.
Look at
yeah,
Paige.
She started at 14.
14.
No, maybe even younger than that,
Well,
honestly.
family was in the business her whole
Right,
life.
right.
So I think they wouldn't let her go, excuse the terminology, pro,
Right.
until she was 14. So
Okay,
maybe over there,
okay.
maybe it is that age.
Right, right.
Wow.
The only thing that I know of that he did that after I read it, though I didn't remember it, he did participate in the TNA British Boot Camp. Back in when they got the
Oh.
girls.
Yes.
What were those girls? Do you remember their names?
no.
They were twins. Remember the
Yeah,
twin girls? They were pretty hot. They were pretty decent workers.
Mhm.
They weren't great. They were green, but they were pretty good. Yeah, so Noam Dar from Scotland. He's one of the guys participating so far, along with Zack Sabre Jr. And then Cool Star Ho Ho Lun from Hong Kong. He's 5'9", 163 pounds.
He's 5'9", 163.
Yeah, he's a skinny dude. I saw a picture of him.
Pipe
He is
cleaner.
He is a very skinny kid.
Wow.
But he wrestled over in 0-1, the Hong Kong division
Mm.
over there. He debuted, he's 29, and he debuted in 2009. So, I mean, look at the difference. I mean,
Wow.
Noam Dar, they both pretty much have almost the same experience, except Ho Ho is 29 years older. Sounds like
Wow.
I'm talking about a dessert or
I
something,
know.
you know,
No
or
kidding.
a cake. But yeah, so those two guys. Akira Tozawa from Japan.
Mm.
He's 30 years old. He's 5'7", 205 pounds. He wrestles in Dragon Gate, but he actually has come over here in the United States and wrestled in Dragon Gate USA, Chikara, and PWG.
Oh, okay.
So he definitely, and in 2012, PWI 500 had him at 124.
Wow.
So that's pretty good.
No, that's
you know what I
actually-
mean?
But you know what's funny too, and I do mean funny, is that I have, of course, I keep talking about my roommate in Florida.
Yeah, Irish Jack.
Irish Jack.
Yep.
Great guy. I told you, second guy to join Team 3D in Orlando when they opened their school.
Right.
He keeps talking about that. They're talking about age. Age is huge. Now, do you know why age is huge?
No.
Good friend of mine, the Boogeyman.
Yeah.
Marty.
Who started late?
Well, that's the reason why they look at age now. Marty lied.
Oh,
Marty
wow.
said he was
Wow.
30 years old when he went and, he kicked ass and he won.
Yeah, he was.
And then he went, well, I'm 42. They're like, what?
But he got
But of course, he went to Booker School in
Right,
Texas,
Right.
and he did a great job. Marty is not a very tactical wrestler,
Right.
but Marty's got a great gimmick.
Oh, awesome gimmick.
Exactly, and we both know that WWE is all about gimmicks.
Oh yeah.
And he did a great job. And now when they released him, he trains for Booker School now
Oh, okay.
over in
I didn't know
Texas.
that. That's awesome.
But it's funny. I don't know if you remember when they had like a gimmick show one night, and you had to vote for who was the best to see that night. Ric Flair was there, Boogeyman was there, and Boogeyman got the most applause. And when
Nice.
people were going on the internet to do
Yeah,
the whole
they
thing,
voted for him.
he killed Ric Flair.
His gimmick was freaking
Oh my God!
awesome,
Come on,
dude.
man! Everybody.
Isaiah, when he was little, used to ask me to pull up the stuff for the book and his nursery rhymes
Yeah,
and stuff.
yeah,
and
yeah.
He hit himself with the clock. I remember the one where he's in a van and John Cena opens up
Oh,
the
did-
van. I'm telling you, those things
Yeah.
are hilarious.
It's
and
good
they're
stuff.
some of the best stuff I
Great-
think they've ever done.
Great
with that
stuff. Great stuff. And in the wrestling business, I don't know why more people have lasted more than this person's run and so forth. But I thought Boogeyman's gimmick was hilarious. Like I said,
Yeah.
maybe because of his work ethic, he wasn't. And I think also age.
Yeah, that's too bad because, I mean, with a gimmick like that, you could go for a long time because you weren't looking for 25-minute matches with this guy.
Right. Oh,
You know
no,
what I
no,
mean?
no.
Right,
and-
exactly. So with that gimmick, he could
That's-
go into 50s to do that.
Well, that's the whole thing too. And look at Ric Flair and how long they went.
Yeah.
And then finally, yeah, okay, let's put Flair back on TV. His daughter's doing the thing.
Right.
She's doing a great job. They bring Flair out. I think it's time to let Charlotte do her own thing.
Yeah, me too.
You know, it's time to lose Ric Flair and let her be her father.
Yep.
But alone,
Yes, I agree.
without Rick.
Yeah, he
Yeah.
should have been gone a while ago. And I hate to say it because he's a legend and all that. And believe me, when he was young and he was the champion, there was nobody better. There was nobody better.
Untouchable.
For 10, 12 years, he was the number one
Yep.
man in all of wrestling.
Yeah, definitely.
And that's a long time to be the number one man. Hogan wasn't even the number one man for that long.
No, because Hogan's real start was '84.
Right.
And up to 84 to 89
Right.
or whatever it was when he took some time off to do TV shows and
Yep.
stuff. But Ric Flair was constant between WWF
Yep.
and the NWA when he would get pissed off at them.
Yeah.
And he'd come over, and that's when they did the whole when he brought his belt.
That was, and then they blurred it out. A
They
little
blurred
bit.
it out
That
on
was
television.
Awesome. I remember that.
You
That
know,
was great.
That
stuff.
was wonderful stuff.
Yeah.
But that goes to show you the amount of time you can have in the ring or outside the ring.
Right.
And I think that Boogeyman was definitely one of the best gimmicks, and I think they should bring Marty back. Love you, brother.
I'd love to see him back. Really, like I said, Isaiah is a big horror movie fan and
Yeah,
stuff.
yeah.
I mean, he's a little kid. Not too many kids that I know of like that stuff. He always has. He loves to watch The
Mhm.
Walking Dead with us and stuff.
That's
It's just-
awesome.
It's so funny. Yeah, well, we'll talk about Isaiah in a little
Yes.
while because me and Derek had an adventure we're going to talk about soon.
Can't wait.
All right, so now let's get to the NXT stars that they've announced that are going to be in
Yes,
this global
yeah.
series. Why don't we start off with the local guy?
Please.
Tommaso Ciampa.
Yes, very proud of him.
Phenomenal
Proud of that.
wrestler.
So proud of
I
that
remember
kid.
the first time I saw him when he was Thomas Penmanship.
Oh my
And
God.
what a weird gimmick, but he made it work.
Yeah.
He made it work. You know, he came in the ring with the feather in his pen. And
Yep.
the first time I saw him, I was like, what the heck is
Yeah.
this guy all about? But he could work.
Yeah, he did a great
You know,
job.
trained by Killer Kowalski, Mike Hollow,
Yep.
Harley Race, and Al Snow.
Yep.
He's worked in the WWE before. We
Yep.
talked about it last week
Yep.
when he was the lawyer from Muhammad
Yep.
Hassan. But he's wrestled he started in Chaotic,
But he's
Top
been
Rope.
all over the world.
Right. He's wrestled all over in all the promotion that you used to do security for and
Yep.
stuff, the MWF. Beyond Wrestling, ROH, where he started to really take
Yeah.
off and get his name out
Yep.
there, was when he started working for Ring of Honor. And then when he started doing that, PWG jumped on him.
Yep.
Because that's what PWG does, which is great. That's no knock, believe me, because they find the best wrestlers and they fly them out to LA and they put on
That's what they do.
unbelievable shows.
Right.
But yeah, Tommaso, he debuted in 2005. He's not a giant guy, 5'11", 210 pounds. But man, can he work.
But he's an animal in the ring.
Oh, absolutely.
Com-
Sicilian psychopath.
Complete animal in the ring. And you can see if you have the network, $9.99.
Yes.
You can see him on NXT and go back and watch the NXTs that he was on and just look at the determination in his face.
Yeah.
That goes to show you that he's not one of those guys, all right, so, okay, camera's on. No, he's like that all the time.
Oh yeah.
You know, and I'm very proud of him. Of course, local guys, we're very proud of him
Right.
to make it to the big stage, and I'm really enjoying seeing the people that we know that we've seen come up,
Yeah.
make it to the big stage. Like I'm so excited and so happy for Sasha.
Oh, me too.
Let me tell you,
too.
man,
She's
Mercedes, she's unbelievable, and I said this last week, I really wish it would have just been Charlotte and Mercedes.
Yeah, me too.
Nothing against Becky.
Right.
Great
right.
worker. I
Yeah.
love her to death. But I really think it should be. I think a title match should be 1-on-1 or tag team 2-on-2. But I think it should be a 1-on-1 match.
Right. You think Sasha's gonna go over?
I'm hoping to God
Me too.
that she does. Not saying that Charlotte doesn't deserve it.
Oh right. No, I understand that. Yeah.
But you know what, bruh? Watching a hometown girl walk that aisle on the main grand stage of the WWE, and to watch her hold that belt up, especially Paul being from here in Nashua.
Yeah.
You know, knowing where Mercedes came from.
Right.
I'm sorry, Sasha Banks, where
Right.
she came from.
Yep.
To give her a push like that, to bring her to the top of the heap, and then maybe give her a whole bunch, just throw everybody at her.
Right.
Throw everybody at her, because she'll eventually turn heel again.
Yep.
Which would be perfect.
Oh yeah.
You know,
Absolutely.
which would be
She's a
perfect.
great heel.
She's a great heel, and I'm. Good luck, sweetheart. We love you.
Yeah, definitely. I hope she does do well. But yeah, so Ciampa, he's also wrestled all over the world.
Literally,
You know what I mean? He's just came. I know for a fact he did like a 60-day tour of Europe just recently.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Phenomenal worker.
Yeah.
I like how the WWE has allowed him to do all that stuff too. You know what I mean? Not just keeping him at NXT.
Well, I don't know if you saw. It was about a day or two ago. He announced his resignation from Ring of Honor.
Oh, okay, he did.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Out
Okay.
on social media
Nice.
that they're parted ways, so on and so
Yep.
forth. And you know what? He's not leaving Ring of Honor. He's graduating.
Right.
Ring of Honor knows that.
Oh yeah.
Ring of Honor knows that's what it's all about.
He hasn't wrestled for them in a while either, though. He really hasn't.
Well, because he's been totally working for NXT.
Right.
And they've been putting him on every week.
Right.
And we're proud of him. We're just proud of him, man.
Yeah,
you know?
definitely. Tommaso, keep it up, man.
Yep.
Good job.
Good job, brother.
Next guy we'll talk about is, did I say Tommaso was 30? 30 years old.
Yes.
And like I said, debuted in 2005. But the next guy we'll talk about is Johnny Gargano, Cleveland, Ohio.
Cleveland, Ohio. Yep.
28 years old, 5'10", 190 pounds. He debuted the same year Tommaso did in 2005.
Five.
He started out in, I think it's called Absolute Insane Wrestling, AIW, in Cleveland.
Really?
It's a pretty good promotion. I've actually watched some matches from there.
Okay.
He was trained by what's Josh Prohibition and JT Lightning.
Oh,
So
Okay.
he's definitely got some skills.
I know JT.
Yeah, he's wrestled for Dragon Gate USA, Evolve, Chikara,
Hmm.
Pro Wrestling Guerrilla, ROH, TNA, WWE,
Mm.
NXT, all that
Been
stuff.
all around.
He's incredible. We talked about last week how maybe a month ago, he had a match in his hometown with his family and friends in the
Oh,
front
yeah,
row.
yeah.
And
yeah.
I can just imagine the feeling he must have
How
had.
much that
Just,
must have felt.
wow.
I know.
You know, and he can work, and they love him over at NXT.
Yeah.
They love him. He can really, what they call him, Johnny Wrestling. That's
it-
the last time I saw NXT that he was on.
And
That's what they were
He
chanting.
gets a pop from that crowd.
Huge.
He gets a huge pop because they know it's funny about the NXT crowd. I love the NXT crowd
Me too.
because they go there for that reason.
Right.
They go to see these guys for that reason. They know who's on the card at NXT.
Yep.
From the champion to the jobbers.
Yep.
And they go to see the certain guys, whether whether he's going to lay down for whoever it's going to be, and so on and so forth. They actually go to watch these particular.
Oh,
They
yeah.
just don't go to go. Oh, I'm just going to go see Finn Balor, and
Right.
I'm here to see Joe.
No, they're here to see them all.
Exactly. They had to see every single one
They're
of
a
them.
different crowd than, like, even though NXT's on television,
Mhm.
they're a different crowd than the Raw crowd.
Oh, big time.
You know,
Big
because like
time.
we said last time, 70% of that Raw crowd is guys that just want to be seen with their signs on
On television, and it's terrible.
It is terrible. But these guys know. You know what I mean?
Mm.
Like, these guys know who the wrestlers are. They're excited to see them.
Yep.
They're great, enthusiastic crowd.
Mm.
Must be incredible to work in front of them. I could just imagine. You
Man.
know, because like I said, just watching it at home on TV
Well, you
when
know,
they pop for guys.
You know, being at Full Sail, been there,
Right.
watching, my roommate work. That is just intense. That is just intense, and especially knowing if you're in NXT and you're going eventually to go to the big stage.
Right.
How you must feel about knowing, like Apollo Crews. There's no
Yeah.
way that kid's not going to make it to the big stage.
Oh, absolutely.
Definitely. You know, the tag team we always talk about are both our United States guys. You know,
Yep.
both the is it Jordan?
Jason Jordan and Chad Gable.
They're-
We can at least remember their. I remember
I-
their names.
yeah.
The other guys, remember last week
Oh,
we kind
yeah.
of got mixed
That's
up.
terrible last week. But those guys, you know, they go to see those guys, and when they go to the big stage and become a tag team, if they continue to go that way,
Right.
which I hope they do,
Yep.
you know, because they're great together.
Oh,
They
yeah.
do a great job together. And when you're singles guys, I'm pretty sure we both know WrestleMania is this Sunday. I'm pretty sure that the roster is going to do a 360 because usually what happens after WrestleMania, you know this, it's in April. It's what they bring when they bring the broom out.
Oh yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
every WrestleMania. After
Yeah.
every WrestleMania, they bring the broom out.
Yep.
They bring some up. They kind of send some down.
Yeah.
I don't
Release
wish.
some guys.
I don't wish a release on any professional wrestler.
Right, I
wish.
hear ya.
I wish a wrestler to work where he is for the rest of his life because that's what we want to do.
Right.
That's exactly what we want to be on that main stage, and that's the
Right.
only stage to be on. But with this whole thing with Shane going on and what's going on, so on and so forth, I'm really hoping that they really do branch out both brands
Yeah.
and use it as WWE Raw, NXT, SmackDown. I really hope they use it to an advantage to go like the old days in the wars.
Right.
You know, I
Yeah.
hope they use it to that advantage.
Yeah. Definitely.
You know,
It would be nice.
oh my god, finally.
Yeah.
Because then now your NXT guys don't have to worry about, oh my god, I can only go to one main stage.
Right.
No. So I'm going to be drafted to Raw, or I'm going to be drafted to SmackDown. Or I'm going to go work here. I'm going to go do this. Now you have a chance to actually go, okay, I'm going to go over to SmackDown, and eventually, which they did with the WCW gimmick thing.
Yep.
That on pay-per-views they'll put them together.
Right.
You know, WWE's Raw against WWE SmackDown, and that'll be so awesome, man.
Yeah, that would
It'd be
good.
great.
And with, like you said, if they bring up new guys and stuff, it'd be perfect for doing that.
Yeah.
You know.
Mhm.
And this time they'd be bringing guys that they already know that they want.
Yep.
Last time they brought some guys and they weren't sure, so they put them in the ring,
Ugh.
and they found out
Mm-hmm.
Buff Bagwell, for instance,
Oh,
that match against Booker T.
Oh my God, that was horrible.
Horrible. And to be honest with you, I was nothing against Buff, and you know, like I just never was a big fan of Buff's. I wasn't. Never.
Who's also a troublemaker.
Yeah, that's what I've heard.
He's a
too.
very well-known backstage troublemaker. I mean, he's the guy who was standing there talking to someone, like I'm talking to you right now, and a hand walks by with like a carpet or something and bumped into him. Not like, I hit you. He bumped him. As the guy said he was sorry, Buff turned around and clocked this
I
guy.
heard about that. Yeah.
Just a non-professional wrestler, just a guy who's
Just doing a job.
doing a job, whether he works for the stage or he works for the cameras, and totally just cold cocks this guy. And what does the guy do? He sued WCW.
Good.
Exactly.
Good. I hope he got a huge payday.
I think they never discussed
Right.
that because
But
remember
I'm sure he did
that was
get
a-
something.
that was a Time Warner /
Right.
the whole thing going on there. But what the hell's wrong with you? You don't do that. No. Oops. And the guy was saying he was sorry.
Right.
He didn't throw it at him and go, "Ha, Buff, the
Yeah.
hell with you." And no, he's walking by, he bumped him, and when he was turning to say he was sorry, he clocked him. But he's
Tough guy.
known for tough guy, yeah.
Yeah.
But he's also known for that in bars as a drunk. It just
I'm glad he never made it in the WWE.
Amen.
Then after hearing, you know, what I mean,
Amen.
I did hear something about that a
Mhm.
long time ago, and I really gave it much thought because I wasn't a big fan of him.
yeah,
you
amen.
know?
Yep.
The last guy we'll talk about from the NXT
Mhm.
is Rich Swann. I know a little bit about Rich. You know, I've been following him pretty much since I first read about him and heard about him.
Kid
I've
from
been,
Maryland, right?
oh yeah,
Yeah.
Baltimore.
Oh,
He had a rough life. His father was murdered when he was a kid. You know what I mean? He's had a real rough life. He's trained by a bunch of guys: Adam Flash, Darren Wise, DJ Hyde. He probably wishes we didn't say that part. But Drew Gulak, Ruckus Sabian, two great workers. You know, part of Blackout.
Yep.
The front, the faction Blackout
Yep.
on CZW. He's wrestled for CZW, Evolve, Full Impact Pro down in Florida, PWG, Chikara, Dragon Gate USA, Jersey All Pro. You want to talk about a guy that can flip all over the place?
Yeah.
He's unbelievable. Now, did you ever see his entrance when he came out to that Lionel Richie song, All Night Long?
Yes.
He would come out and he's dancing. I'm not a good dancer, so please, you know. But this kid's out there dancing. He had the crowd would sing the whole song with him.
Right.
And right from the minute the chords of the song would come. You know, he's not even being seen yet, but the minute he'd walk out, the place would just pop. I really think if you're a fan, you really need, and you don't know who Rich Swann is, trust me, in a very short time, you'll know all about him. I'm hoping that he's going to be at that NXT show I'm going to in Lowell on
Most
April
likely.
21st.
Most
If
likely.
if Rich and Biff Busick ain't on the show, I'm going to be pretty upset, to be honest with you, because they're local guys. Biff's already been on the show.
Yeah, but Biff is going by his shoot name.
He is going by that, huh?
Yes.
Chris Gerard?
Yeah, he's going by
He
his
is
shoot
going by
name.
Chris
Correct.
Gerard.
Yeah.
Wow. And, you know, I had a friend of mine who passed away named Chris Gerard, so when I read his name, I was like, whoa.
Oh, by the way, let me explain. A shoot name is your real name.
Yes.
So like Triple H is Triple H, but his real name is Paul Levesque from Nashua, New Hampshire. That's your shoot name. It's your real name.
Let's hope that you know all this stuff, because if you're watching this show, you're a wrestling fan, so
That's right.
hopefully you should
you
know
some of
this,
this
you know?
already. That's right.
And if you're watching this show, tell all your friends to watch it too. I was telling all the kids at school that I had a show, and they all want to know, so I gave them all the information. I think our views will be going up soon.
Well, the whole thing is, like I told everybody at work.
Yeah.
And I told them, you know, Channel 96, 7 o'clock, you know, Wednesday night. And everybody at work came in today and was like, great job on the show. You guys are good and this and that. So that's a good thing. I know that people are listening.
Right.
And they all know who I am at my shoot job.
Right.
My real job. My shoot job. They all know who I am and where I've been, where I've come from and everything. So they know. And I have this one guy over in the body shop, and every time he walks by me, he just goes, "Superstar." And I just laugh. I'm like, no, I'm just a washed-up professional wrestler doing an unbelievable, awesome show on the Nashua
Right.
Network.
No
That's
doubt.
right.
Yeah, we love doing this for you
Yeah,
guys.
definitely.
You know?
Definitely do.
But yeah, Rich Swann, he's lived in Jersey and in Baltimore. Like I said, he lived in a rough city, rough part of Baltimore. His dad was murdered. He was raised between his mother and his grandmother. I read up a lot about him even before I knew he was going to be in this Cruiserweight series. I knew all about Rich, just like we obviously knew about Tommaso.
Yep.
Because he's local. Gargano, I followed him since pretty much the first time I heard his name 5, 6, 7 years ago. These guys are incredible. This global Cruiserweight series is going to be phenomenal. They've named 7 guys so far, but they're going to be doing this with a whole bunch more wrestlers.
Right. Oh, you know what I wanted to interrupt about? And I kind of threw me off guard because I don't remember this. Did you hear Stephanie say something about changing the women's division?
Oh, you know something? When you brought up Sasha, I was waiting for a perfect time to bring this up.
To bring that up?
After WrestleMania, they're going to be changing the Divas title. And
Thank
you've said this for a
God.
while now.
Yes.
You've been saying this.
Well, they're not,
Back to the women's title.
no, they're not divas, man.
Right, I know. And Divas is a derogatory word.
You know, and if you think about it, just like when I told you about Kia, Awesome Kong.
Yeah.
When she sat with Vince, Vince says, "You're not Awesome Kong here in the WWE." And Kia, oh, okay. And he told her straight out, well, because it's derogatory and this is what they think. And Kia, who is now working for the big, you know, at the time working for WWE, she's like, whatever you say.
Right.
And literally in that, he said to Kia, we're going to name you Karma. And how come? And then literally Vince says, because Karma's a bitch.
Nice.
You know Vince is how he
Yeah,
talks.
Oh, yeah,
and
oh, yeah.
So that was the whole thing with that. But I am so excited about this because they're not divas, man. Enough
Right.
of this divas BS. I'm totally, if you have the network, watch Table for 3.
Yeah, you were talking about this before, too.
Yes,
Yeah.
and I will say
Yep.
this again. Watch Table for 3 and watch Molly Holly and Medusa, whatever you want to call her.
Alundra Blaze, Medusa,
Yeah,
whatever. Yeah,
you know,
yeah.
we know where she
Deborah.
Debbie
Debbie
Michelli.
Michelli, yeah.
Yep, we know Debbie. And Ivory. Ivory says it best, and to this day, it's nailed in my head
Right.
that she said, "I'm not a bleeping diva. I'm a bleeping woman professional wrestler."
Right.
And I was, ooh, can I rewind this? You know,
Right.
because she's right.
Yeah.
They're not divas.
Right.
Look at if you were to call, like, especially like Lisa,
Yeah.
she'd shoot on you.
Right.
She was crazy. Victoria was nuts.
Oh, yeah.
You know, call Mae Young. Call Mae Young a diva.
Wish you could.
Exactly.
Wish you still could,
You know, and-
Unfortunately, she passed away.
You know, God rest her
Right?
soul.
No doubt.
Call Moolah a diva.
Right. Yeah. Shit, but that would have whooped your ass.
And they would have whooped it in a
I would-
minute.
Dude, at 70 years old, 80 years old, I wouldn't want to even
And she was
get in the ring
taking
with
bumps better than guys.
They
know?
nailed her through the table that
know,
night. She
and-
was 78 years
Yeah,
old, and,
and-
they put her through a table.
And Bubba was like, "Are you sure?" She goes, "Don't talk back to me, boy."
Yeah.
And they all laughed, like, all right.
Yeah.
And they put her through, you know, an
They
80-year-old
took
woman.
care of her, but they put her through
Oh,
it.
of course,
man.
but you
They
know
put her
what? She
through it.
took it like a champ.
Oh, yeah.
And she took it like a professional. And I'm just so, brother, I'm so excited that there's no more of this diva garbage.
Right.
Oh, my God, I'm so excited about it.
Now, it makes me wonder, though, because, like, obviously, you know, Sasha's a great wrestler and stuff, and Charlotte, you know, if I say Charlotte keeps the title, she comes in the ring, stands there, you know what I mean? I'm a Flair.
Right.
I'm a woman's wrestler.
Right.
I'm not I can actually see that.
Yeah, definitely.
You know what I
no,
mean?
No matter what. We both know we want Sasha to go over.
Right.
We know it. But if Charlotte does escape with the title, I'm just hoping Monday night or whenever they're going to do it, I'm hoping Monday night that Stephanie does the whole thing in the ring with the belt. I'm like, oh, my God. Just take that Divas title.
I hope
Set
so.
it on fire right there in that
Yeah,
ring.
I hope they do that.
That is just garbage.
Yeah.
And bring back women's professional wrestling.
Absolutely.
Definitely.
Absolutely. So, we talked about the Hall of Fame
Yes.
last time.
And
we,
I want to apologize
Yeah.
to everybody because we missed a couple.
yeah, we did. We did. We did.
We did.
Big Boss Man.
How could I forget
Ray
Ray?
Traylor.
How could I forget Ray?
That guy was incredible. Did you know that he walked Terry Reynolds down the aisle?
Aisle, yes.
Yeah, I didn't know that until
Mhm.
today. Till
Yeah.
today. I
Well,
was
you gotta
looking
remember-
things up today, and I was like, wow.
You got to remember that Terry was a big dog. Well, backstage, shall we say, offices with WCW.
Right, right.
And
Didn't she start off doing the hair and
Hair
all
and-
that
yeah,
stuff? That's how
she-
she got
it-
in there.
that's-
She met Dustin.
right, and
Dustin
met Dustin
Rhodes.
backstage,
Yeah,
which
Gold Dust.
Dusty told him not to. But listen, whether you're in love or not in love, you can't tell someone how or not to fall in love with who.
Right. She's like looking.
You know,
She's great looking.
You know, for a 50-year-old woman, she's still beautiful.
Wicked.
You know, she's still beautiful as ever. And yeah, that's how she started back then. And look where they've all come from. Look where they all. Ray was Big Bubba Rogers,
Yeah.
and he was the bodyguard in the UWF.
Yeah.
And then when the UWF gimmick went over, and technically, remember that he was in the NWA.
Yeah.
And he was the Midnight Express's
Bodyguard.
bodyguards.
Yeah, for Jim E. Cornette.
Correct. James.
James.
E.
So you're right.
Cornette.
James
James
E.
Cornette.
Yeah.
That's right. And he was their bodyguard, and he was probably, I don't know, 450, 500.
Oh, yeah, he was a lot bigger
he
than
was
he
a
was.
lot
yeah.
heavier.
Yeah, yeah.
Heavier. Because when he really was working
In the prison.
in a prison.
Yeah, in Cobb County, Georgia.
He really was, and
Yeah.
he did it for a long time.
Right.
But by his size and him losing the weight and coming back around when the UWF went over this way, and then they made him champion and so on and so forth, and he went over to work for Vince, and he did a great job with the Boss Man.
Oh, yeah.
But I thought his worst time is when he went over to WCW, and they couldn't find a spot for him,
Yeah.
and they made him this guardian angel gimmick
Yeah, that
garbage.
was- yeah.
Oh my
Yeah.
God,
That was horrible.
What do you?
But they were paying him well.
But
They
you know
were
what?
throwing money around like crazy.
That's what
back
WCW did.
Then. Right.
WCW, that you made a price, and they were like, okay, here you go,
Yeah.
just fine, just
He
go
got
to work,
paid.
just go to work, just do your thing. We
Yeah.
don't care. Here's your money, and he got paid to do it. But thank God he went back to work for Vince and got the original gimmick to come back, and worked for Vince
Right.
themselves when they did the ministry thing
Yeah.
with all
Yep.
that, and he did it. God rest his soul, 2005 when he passed away, and he deserves it. Deserves to go in.
I guess I would have loved to have seen James E. Cornette induct him, but he's
know.
kind of got some heat with the office.
Always has.
Yeah.
Always
so
will.
Slick's going to induct him. The
Yep.
Reverend Slick.
Yep.
That's cool. Slick also managed him and Akeem
Yes.
as the Twin Towers. That
Towers.
was a great tag team.
Yep.
Man, they had some great matches with the Rockets.
I also think to squash that real quick, I really thought it was terrible that they killed the one-man gang's gimmick and made
Yeah.
him this Akeem
Oh, yeah.
garbage.
Yeah,
But it was all gimmick back in the
Right.
late 90s, early 90s.
yeah.
And,
He did what he could with it.
but you know what, though? He still was getting a paycheck. Yeah, that garbage. A
sorry, but that was hilarious.
485-pound giant white guy trying to dance
Yeah.
who is
No
known,
worse rhythm than me.
and known as the one-man gang because he has all these crazy tattoos on his head, not like Bam Bam did, but he had a tattoo here and all tatted up. He used to come out with the chain, and then they put this gimmick on him. But Ray did a great job, and
Yeah, he did.
we're excited to see him go into the Hall of Fame.
The other guy we forgot was a legend from Borga, Texas.
Oh, wow.
Stan the Lariat Hansen.
One of the best.
His big matches with Bruno back in the day.
Mhm.
broke Bruno's neck. Storyline. Bruno,
Shoot.
I guess it actually he hurt Bruno in the ring, but Bruno already had a bad neck from what I
Right,
read. You
right.
know what I mean? But it was Stan was great. He worked in WCW. Remember that real quick? Do you remember that stupid gimmick when they had Dick Murdoch, Dick Slater? They were trying to find Stan Hansen.
God, yes.
Right? They ran that thing. They started that angle because Hansen was coming in.
Mm-hmm.
And they didn't tell him what they were doing. As
No.
soon as he found out they were doing that, he reneged. He said, no,
Yep.
I'm not coming in.
Went back to
I'm
Japan.
not doing this.
Went back to Japan.
Yeah, because he said, this is the dumbest thing he's ever saw. Was it Bunkhouse Buck part of that, too?
Correct.
So it was Murdoch, Slater, and
Murdoch,
Bunkhouse
Slater,
Buck.
Bunkhouse Buck, and
Was there another one?
oh man, unfortunately, God rest his soul, the other guy that hung himself. He was part of it too. I'll remember his name in a minute.
Okay.
It was a WCW guy, but it was 4 of them.
Okay, but Stan Hansen, he's still alive. I don't know who's going to induct him. I think
I know.
I would be nice to see Bruno do it. It would. You know
Yeah.
what I mean? I'd like to see Bruno stay involved in the deck because we really haven't seen Bruno do anything since he was inducted.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yep.
But yeah, Stan Hansen's incredible. And this is going to lead into our next segment here.
Mm.
Me and Derek are actually going to meet Stan Hansen on April 16th in Philadelphia, Pennsylvania.
Can't wait.
We're going to be going down to the Icons of Wrestling convention. We got 3 passes because I'm going to be going down to Cater for House of Hardcore 13, Tommy Dreamer show.
My old boss.
Yeah, and Rob and what's his name? Something Control. Timothy, you know that guy?
I do not.
Control Center Tim or something like that.
Mm.
He does like what Rob does, brings in guys for
Yep.
signings and stuff like
Yep.
that. They're running the Icons convention.
Okay.
So, and Rob works for Tommy. Him and Tommy are best friends. So, Rob worked it out where, we're going to get some passes for going
Yeah.
down and catering this gig. And the list of guys that are down there, I asked
Crazy.
you the other day if you wanted to know, and you're like, no, I just want to go.
No, I don't.
I know.
I don't give. I don't
Well,
care.
you're going to know now because we're going to tell
Right,
all
we'll
these
talk about
guys.
it,
You know
that's
what I
right.
mean? But it's amazing. Right up the top of the bat, Shawn Michaels, who never does these things.
Mhm. Doesn't do anything.
Never.
He doesn't do the meet and greet stuff like that. He'll, for WrestleMania stuff, he
Right,
will,
right.
but not for outside
Yeah.
not outside WWE.
It's pretty cool.
It is.
It's really cool. Kurt Angle. I
Hmm.
think that's pretty cool too.
Yeah.
RVD, you'll get to see an old
Oh
friend.
my God, it's the old
right?
buddy of mine.
This guy I'm real excited for. I've heard from other guys in shoot interviews and stuff that he's not a very, popular guy in the locker room and stuff. But as a 7, 10-year-old kid, I used to flip out when Mil Mascaras was on
Oh
television.
God,
He'd come out and with his stomach sucked in,
another
and
guy.
tip tapping on his
Yep.
tippy toes, and take one mask off, and there'd be another one. And
He
it was,
was-
like, wow.
And he was because he was a shooter.
Yeah,
He was a real deal thing in the ring back then. He was brutal.
I just can't wait to meet him.
I
I
know.
really can. I'm really excited. I went through some of my magazines yesterday,
Yep.
and it's like I got 3 magazines from the 70s with him strictly on the cover. Can't wait for him to sign. I think you can get like 3 things signed.
Cool.
So having you there and Isaiah there,
Yep.
I can have as many
Perfect.
as 9 signatures of these guys if I want with my magazines and
Excellent.
stuff. But also some of the guys are going to be there. I'm excited to meet this guy, Sammy Callahan. I'm a huge fan of Sammy's.
Yo, yeah.
He was really great. I thought he did a great job in NXT as
Did-
Solomon
Did
Crow.
an unbelievable job.
But I've actually seen him. I met him before when I catered House of Hardcore
Mm-hmm.
1.
Okay.
And he wasn't there at 5 because he was already with NXT then.
Right,
With
right.
the WWE.
Yep.
But I got to meet him on the first show. And I brought my nephew that time, Kevin, and him and Kevin bonded. He had a shirt, and Kevin knew the band because I guess Sammy's into that real, like, the death metal and
Crazy
stuff.
music.
Yeah.
Yes, he
And
is.
so they hit it off like really big time right away. So I'm looking forward to see Sammy
Yep.
again. Some of these guys that are on this list, I've actually met before and had pictures with either Jizaya or just themselves.
Yep.
So I'm gonna, blowing those pictures up and having them sign that. But I won't even have them do it there. I'll have them do it at the House of Hardcore,
Yes.
at the catering
Right.
job. X-Pac's gonna be there.
Sean.
Road Warrior Animal.
Oh boy.
We talked about this guy. Local kid's gonna be there, and his partner, the Wolves,
Yes.
Davey Richards and Eddie Edwards.
Can't wait, man.
Very excited
Be
for that
awesome.
too. Tommy Dreamer.
Yep.
Ricky the Dragon Steamboat. I got a picture of me and Ricky Steamboat from back in 2004 when I catered for Ring of Honor. And seriously, this is before I had a lot of gray and stuff. He looked like he was my father. So I'm serious. I'm not even joking. I know the eyes are a little different, but standing side by side, I swear everyone says, "Man, he looks like your father."
Wow.
So I'm pretty excited about that. Stan Hansen, Ron Bass, the Outlaw.
The Outlaw, Ron
yeah,
Bass.
that's pretty cool, huh?
That's a great name.
Abyss.
My buddy Chris.
Yep. Chris Park, he's another guy. Wicked. I told you the story
Great
last
guy.
time. He treated Isaiah
Yep.
so good. He's just the nicest guy. I met him like 3 times now,
Yep.
and he's always been like just the nicest guy.
Well, I've been up and down the road with Chris.
Oh,
so
he's a
it's
great guy.
Great guy.
Badass Billy Gunn.
Oh, God.
Uh,
Just don't bring anything up.
Right? I hear you. This guy I'm excited to meet because all the magazines that I'm bringing, they used to call him his magazines, the Apter mags. Willie. Wonderful Willie. Bill Apter.
Bill Apter.
Bill Apter's going to be
Yep.
there. Little Guido and Just
Oh.
Incredible from ECW.
Yep.
Brian Cage. Excited to meet Brian Cage. He's huge.
Yeah, monster.
Oh, now wrestles for Lucha Underground.
Yep.
We were talking about that
Mhm.
Lucha off air.
Yep.
He's huge,
Yeah,
dude. His arms are like this.
Yeah, he's a big guy.
Ooh, and he can move.
He's
Very
almost
powerful.
big like Homicide, you know what I mean?
Yeah. But
And I meant talent-wise.
yeah, talent-wise.
Yes.
Oh yeah, definitely. Jade, Mia Yim.
Yep.
I know you weren't a big fan of the Dollhouse thing, but
yeah.
she, and that's Eddie Kingston's woman, so
Yep.
we ain't gonna say nothing
Nope,
bad about that
nope.
because I ain't gonna piss off Eddie.
Nope, not at all.
You know, and Eddie's gonna be at the House of Hardcore
Yep.
show too, so with that we'll get to see him. Domino, Cliff Compton.
Cliff Compton.
Yeah, Cliff's gonna be there. Kevin Thorne.
Ugh. Wow.
Do you remember? Wasn't his first gimmick Mordecai? And
No.
then
No. Was it? No.
yeah, 7, and then Mordecai, and then they brought him in as Kevin Thorne.
I
the
apologize.
vampire.
Right, against Balls Mahoney all the time.
Yes.
Yes.
And he had Ariel. We
Yep.
talked about her off
Mhm.
the year too.
Shelly Martinez.
Shelly Martinez, sexy.
Beautiful
Anyway,
woman.
oof,
Unbelievable.
She's sexy. Kevin Matthews, you're lucky, dude. You hit that for a while too. Damn kid. Maven.
Maven, a guy who will legitly tell you that the opiates is what killed his wrestling career.
Yeah. I heard him on a couple of podcasts,
Yep.
and yeah, he has no problem telling
course
his
not.
story.
Of course
man.
not at all.
And he could work too when
Oh.
he I'm just saying when he
You gotta
got his
remember.
little push.
Do you remember his big push?
When he
Drop
drop
kicked
kicked
the
the Undertaker
Undertaker.
out of the Royal Rumble.
And that crowd was just beside themselves.
Shocked.
And of course, Taker goes in and just alleviates him. But that was a good push for him.
Former WWE guy Kurt Hawkins, Brian Myers.
Right. Yep.
He's going to be there. I think he's also on the House of Hardcore show.
Okay.
He has been recently, I know that.
Mhm.
He's a good worker. Very underrated, man.
Yeah.
WWE could have did more with him, I think.
And
I
they
really
didn't.
do.
And they
Right?
didn't.
I liked the team when he was with Tyler Rex.
Yes.
I like that
Yeah, me
team.
too.
And they didn't do enough with those
No.
guys.
No.
And Brian Kurt, whatever you want to call him,
Yeah.
he can work. Luke Gallows, Doc Gallows'
Yes.
wife, Amber O'Neill's
Yes.
going to be there.
Yep.
Doc Gallows ain't going to be there, guys. He's with the WWE
That's right.
NXT. But
Right.
supposedly he was at TV this week, and maybe I don't know. I don't think he'll be on SmackDown because I think we would have heard it because they taped SmackDowns on Tuesday.
Correct.
You know what I mean?
Yep.
Did you watch NXT last night? Because I didn't.
Yeah.
Okay, so so he definitely wasn't there last night.
No,
then.
no,
Okay.
nothing huge happened last night on NXT anyway. It was just pretty much, it was a very laid low show last night.
Okay.
Very laid low.
You know the Monster Factory?
Yes.
The guy that's running it now and the owner, Danny Cage.
Danny Cage.
Danny Cage is going to be there. He seems like a pretty good guy. He
Mhm.
posts a lot on Facebook and stuff.
Yep.
I'm looking forward to meeting Danny. Lady Blossom, Jeannie Williams.
Jeannie Williams. Yes.
Steve Austin and Chris Adams' ex-wife.
Well, remember, it's at the top.
Chris
Adams' ex-wife,
Then,
and she left Chris Adams for Steve.
yep.
And then they got divorced. That's why it's a huge thing. Do not bring your significant other into the back room.
Yeah. you
Or
really
get her
don't.
involved in wrestling.
Yeah.
And I can start at the top and work my way down with names.
Oh, yeah.
Deborah McMichael. And what happened with Chris Benoit and,
Yeah.
and Nancy and everything.
Yeah.
So that goes to show you.
Right. Another old friend of yours, Rhino's going to be there.
I love Rhino.
Who will also, he's been on almost all of Tommy's shows.
Yeah.
Even with the NXT, they still allow him
Yep.
to go do Tommy shows
I
because
believe it.
obviously Tommy has a great working relationship with the office.
Of course he does.
Marty Jannetty.
Well,
But it's funny how and Sean's there. They're not putting them together.
No,
And
no,
I'm
no.
sure Sean's like, no.
Oh, no. He'll be on one side, he'll be on the other.
Absolutely. Completely different
and
sides
it's funny
of the
too
rope.
because this is shoot. I actually stayed friends with Marty.
Yeah.
And I talked to him like once a week.
Right.
And he's just crazy Marty Jannetty. Just
still parties
Just
hard.
still parties hard
Yeah.
and doing his thing. Oh yeah.
He's still a rocker. That's
still
for
a rocker,
sure.
exactly.
Yeah, he's
Yes.
definitely still living the gimmick.
Yes.
Lex Luger's going to be there. It's
Yeah.
not the Lex Luger we grew up watching, though. I'm
Yeah.
just saying, it's going to be cool to get some of his signatures on my magazines. I'll be honest with you about that. You know what I mean?
Right.
You should. You're going to have to help me carry some of these magazines, kid, because there's a lot of guys.
I know.
We're going to talk about a couple girls that are going to be there. Gorgeous George.
Wow.
Yeah.
Yes.
She used to be with the Macho Man
Dated the
in
Macho Man.
WCW, and she's a good-looking girl.
Beautiful.
SoCal Val is going to be there. I'm looking forward to meeting Val.
I partied with Val
Really?
quite a few times.
Yeah.
She's
Down in Florida.
Well, between Orlando and when we did shows, when we did like lockdown and stuff in
Okay.
Lowell, Mass.
Yep.
Yeah, she's awesome. She's a funny girl.
That lockdown show was incredible. I remember they had the convention the day before.
Yes, in the hotel across the street.
Yeah, I brought Isaiah to that. He was just an infant.
Yep.
And what's her name? Karen Angle. I got pictures of Karen Angle holding him. I had Dixie Carter literally came up to me twice and said, "Can I hold him again?" She was so cute. Seriously,
Yeah.
twice she came up to me and she wanted to hold him and
Yeah.
stuff. And it was she was really nice. I even tried to get a catering job through them, and it just didn't.
Right.
They weren't interested. They didn't
No.
have catering.
Nope.
I tried.
Mhm.
The Blue Meanie.
Yes, I love Brian.
And Roadkill.
I love Brian.
Two of your buddies there.
I
They're
love
going to be
Brian.
there.
Brian's good people.
Smith James / Bull Dempsey
Bull
from
Dempsey.
NXT.
Yep.
Excited to meet Bull. With his megaphone,
Oh God.
Jimmy Hart and his 60-something-year-old tan. The guy still goes tanning at
Right,
60-something years old.
When my brother came down in 2015 for my birthday to visit me when he surprised me, he wanted to go to Hogan's Beat Shop. Now remember, Hogan's got a beat shop
Right,
and a gimmick shop.
right.
The beat shop is actually in Tampa. It's in Tampa Bay. It's at the beginning of the bridge. Go down the bridge, go into Clearwater. It's where the gimmick shop is, down in Clearwater. So he says, I want to go, and I want to go there. So he walks in the door, and who greets him?
Of course.
Oh my God! I go, what? So I was in Florida at the time.
Yeah, baby.
Yeah, and I was at work. I was actually on my shoot job.
Right.
And he's like, "Yo, you got to come down here." I'm like, "Well, first of all, I'm like 2.5 hours away, and I'm on my shoot job, so I'm at work. I'm at my real job. You're not going to be there long enough."
Right.
So Jimmy seated him and sat down and talked with him. And
That's
I
cool.
miss my brother Bobby. God rest his soul. He actually got a chance. But he says, "Is Terry around?" And like an hour before Bobby showed up, Terry just left the building
Wow.
because they just opened.
Yeah.
But he was working. He was seating people and getting people going outside and stuff because it was a Friday.
Right, right.
But he had a great time.
I just read something. I can't remember who it is off the top of my head now, but somebody said that they felt very uncomfortable when they see Jimmy Hart because he likes to call all the guys darling.
Yes.
Hi, darling.
Yes.
And whoever it was, I can't remember. I wish I could remember just to say the guy's name, but he's like, made me very uncomfortable when he said that. Howard Finkel's going to be there.
Howard
the
Finkel.
longest employee of the WWE right now.
Yeah.
30-something
Yeah.
years, if not close to.
Mm.
I mean, let's see. He was there at least in 75. So
He started late 70s.
all right. So almost 40 years, if not 40
Wow.
years. That's incredible.
It's a long time.
So, and what iconic voice. So many wrestlers like to pretend like they give their impersonation. I can't do it,
No.
but he's incredible.
He's unbelievable.
Another couple women, Christina Von Airy
Yes.
with the punk.
Yep.
She's a pretty good wrestler.
Mhm.
I don't know if she's still with Masada,
I don't think so.
but they were together for a while.
Yeah.
I like their little gimmick they had in
Yep.
CZW, together. It was
Yep.
really good. Veda Scott from Ring of Honor.
Ring of Honor. Yep.
Redhead, big bottom, she's pretty sexy.
Yes.
I like Veda
Yeah.
Scott. I'm definitely looking forward to all these women. I'm definitely getting my picture taken with. And hopefully Jizea will want his picture too, so we'll
That's
get a
right.
couple of
Get a
pictures. I know
couple.
you're getting yours
That's
too.
right.
Trust
That's
me,
right.
we're all getting pictures. I'm Not Booked is going to be there.
I know.
Dennis Stamp
I know.
from Beyond the Mat.
Yep.
That guy is from that movie. Actually gave him. He's been getting more bookings
Yeah.
now and stuff. It's nice to see.
It
'Cause
is.
that poor guy, he was so heartbroken.
Wow.
Why aren't you coming? Because I'm not booked,
Because
Terry.
I'm not. Yep.
So Terry booked him as the
Yep.
referee for that night. That was
Unbelievable.
really cool. James Storm, the Cowboy's going to be there.
Yeah.
Hopefully he's in better shape
Yeah. Hopefully he's
than
over
last
there.
time I saw him on TV.
Yeah, he'll be over there. That's
Yeah.
great.
Here's another old buddy of yours, and I'm really looking forward to meeting him. Sabu.
Oh boy.
Now, I haven't heard nice things about the guy, but whatever. He's there for fans, signing autographs and taking pictures. It's gonna be awesome.
Well, I wouldn't definitely call him a buddy of mine, but
Okay.
you know, it's
Yeah.
when I went to first work for ECW, John Balls was
Yeah.
showing me around, and my first encounter with Sabu was John was walking around. I meet this person, so here's Sabu. He says, "Derek, this is Sabu. Sabu, this is Derek." And he says, "F off," and he walked away. So I
heard he
turned to
wasn't
John, and
very
John
nice.
goes,
That's it.
"That's Sabu."
Yep. Well, he's also gonna have his genie with him.
Melissa.
Melissa Coates.
Coates.
And real quick, I'll tell you something. Kevin Matthews had posted a picture of her on Facebook one time, and if you've seen her, like
She's built like a
she's
woman.
built, but like, there was this picture, and I swear it looked like she had like all this plastic surgery on her face. And I remember
know.
commenting on it saying, "What happened to her face?"
I know.
It popped Kevin on Facebook,
Yeah.
who like loved it because Kevin loves to just shit on people
Yes.
left and right.
Yes.
But he loved that comment. But she's gonna be there, and she's gonna be in her genie costume. So
Well, she'll be with Sabu probably.
yeah, so maybe if she's around, just cut out her head for me and just
Yes.
take the picture of the rest
Yes,
of her.
sir.
Tito Santana.
Chico
Kind of
Santana.
I'm excited to meet Tito.
Yeah.
I was a big fan of him as a little. I shouldn't say a little kid.
But younger.
I was a younger kid. I like Tito a lot. That flying burrito.
Yes, and remember, he,
which is I'm sorry, real quick though, same move Mil Mascaras used.
yes,
It was the same.
the
move.
flying forearm.
Yeah.
And Tito was the first recipient of the new Intercontinental title
Yes.
because they were changing over titles.
Right.
And
Is
then
that when he beat Morocco? Was it?
nope, he beat Greg the Hammer
Oh,
Valentine.
Valentine.
And
Yeah, you're right.
Valentine Tito got out, and in the cage, he was shattering it against the cage.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
Tito finally got it. Well, Superstars or whatever the hell they called it back then.
Right.
They gave him the new title, which is the one they have now, the one Kevin Owens has.
Right.
That's the title that they've had ever since then. And
Wow.
thank God. Because did you see what they did to the Intercontinental title? Remember that big round stupid thing?
Yeah.
That was ridiculous.
That was horrible.
That was ridiculous. And I'm glad that they got rid of that and brought the
Brought the
original,
original one back.
Thank God. But Tito was the first one to hold that technical belt.
Nice.
Yes.
Well, and Shane Douglas is going to be
Troy.
there. Yeah, Shane's
Troy.
going to be there. I'm looking forward to meeting Shane.
Yep.
Gangrel, who I've met a couple times at the House of Hardcore. He's probably going to be on the House of Hardcore show too.
Dave's going to
Oh
be
yeah,
there,
Dave's
really?
going to be there. Yeah, yeah. So it's pretty cool. I'm telling you.
He's a
That's
scary-
why I said to you, right? Do you
Dude,
want to know who
he's
they
a
are?
Scary looking dude, man.
He is.
Dave is
what
scary
a
looking.
great gimmick. I
You know,
loved it when he was with Edge and Christian.
And
I loved the
I know.
Brood stuff.
God rest his wife's soul.
Oh, Luna.
She was unbelievable as a worker. She was unbelievable as a person.
I liked it.
And what happened to her was tragic and terrible, and just, salute to her, but it'd be good to see him.
I got to talk to her one time. Jeff Costa had a women's show up here in Nashua. And the main event was Luna Vachon versus Malaya Hasaka.
Oh, my God.
And they beat the crap out of each other all around. I'm telling you, man,
All over the
it
place.
was
Yep.
incredible.
Yep.
I don't have the picture anymore. I don't know what happened to it, but I took a picture and we're standing there and she said, "Grab my leg." Grab my
Oh,
leg.
yeah.
I'm like, what? She said, so I had her leg like this. She's wrapped around me. And I'm like going, she's a lot prettier than that they tried to make her out to be.
Well, it's funny, too, because...
Seriously, she's a pretty
i-
sexy woman.
If
she
you,
was.
If you Google her and watch her WWF stuff and that voice that she had, I've sat down and talked to Luna, and she's got, like, the most beautiful woman voice you would ever believe.
Right.
But, of course, she had to play a gimmick.
Yeah.
And remember, she is a real Vachon.
Oh, yeah, she's a Vachon.
She's
Vivian's
one of,
daughter.
Yeah, she's one
Yeah.
of the real
Oh,
Vachons.
yeah.
So she was trained kind of like coming from the dungeon.
Right, absolutely.
She was trained shoot.
Yeah.
So, God rest her soul, like I
Yeah.
said again, and I
She
can't
was
wait to
so
see Dave.
nice.
Dave, it's going to be good to see him again.
Yeah. Snitsky. Wasn't my fault.
Oh, my God.
Snitsky's going to be there.
Short
so.
gimmick for him,
Yeah.
but they had no spot for him, shall we
right,
say.
Right. He wasn't the greatest worker or nothing, but again, it's just nice to get to meet all these
Right.
guys. And it's not costing us a cent.
Nope.
That's the best part.
That's the best part.
$300 passes, kids. We got full access.
Can't wait. Can't wait.
Full access.
Can't wait to see some old friends during it, too.
And the last one that I have written down here, I'm sure they're going to add more as time goes on. I'm very excited to meet. I hope her husband's not around. Mickey James.
Yes.
I got pictures of her with my son, and he's hugging her from the Ring of Honor days when
Yep.
she was Alexis
Yep.
Lurie.
Yep.
And I don't have any pictures of her hugging me. I got a picture of her with her, but she wasn't hugging me.
Her husband is working for Jeff Jarrett now.
Yes, for Global.
For Global.
Yeah,
Global
yeah,
Force.
Global
So
Force, yeah.
I'm not sure, considering everybody you just said, I don't think any Global Force competitor is going to be
Wow,
around.
Right.
But her husband, her shoot husband,
Yeah, Magnus.
Magnus,
Yeah.
who you know Magnus from TNA.
Yeah. Good work. I like Magnus.
Great worker.
Yeah,
Great worker.
I
And I'm
like him.
glad. But also, because Impact owned the name at the time,
Right.
he is working for Global as his shoot name.
Oh, nice.
So he's under his real name working
Okay.
over there.
I don't know.
I know.
I do know it, but I
Right,
can't.
I
You know,
always-
there's get so many names in our heads, especially when we come to do the show. If I don't write it down, I'm serious. I forget.
I know,
You
it's-
know, burned a lot of brain cells back in the younger days when I was
mine's
young
from-
and stupid.
Well, mine's from chair shots, so.
Yeah, well, mine's not from chair shots. It's from stupid stuff, as my mother would say.
Right.
You did a lot of stupid stuff.
So Mickey should be fun to see. her.
Yeah. So listen, we're gonna start a new little thing at the end of our shows. We're gonna start doing some plugs.
I think you should go first.
All right.
Definitely.
All right. My plug for the week is go see Milano's Pizza Restaurant up on 1 Broad Street, Nashua, New Hampshire, 883-6610. See Frank, Georgie. Tell them Leo sent you. Go for the seafood. Best seafood in Nashua. Take it away.
Excellent. For your smoking pleasures, a place that I go to, Castro's Back Room, they even have their own brand. You have Nashua, Manchester, Concord, and Bedford. Great smokes, great people. Go in, sit down, 60-inch flat screens, all kinds of leather furniture to sit down and smoke and have a good time. Manchester and Bedford actually have a bar.
Oh, nice. I didn't
So
know that.
you can go watch the game, sit at the bar, have a drink, have a smoke,
Wow.
and do it like that. Yeah, it's a great establishment. Eric Kilbane is the owner. He does an unbelievable job. All three stores.
He owns all of them?
Oh, he owns all 4
wow.
stores,
Good for him.
and he does a great job. And like I said, for your smoking pleasures, please go to Castro's Back
Yeah,
Room.
you got to take me there because I haven't had a good cigar in a long time. I really haven't. I used to smoke with Maria's brother all the time. He loves a
Well,
cigar.
you know
so when
me-
I go, I got to pick
know-
him up some.
Well, you know me and
He's good to
cigars,
me.
and I'll make sure that you get to smoke,
Yeah.
exactly what I like to smoke. And
Nice.
I don't smoke anything that's not on the bottom shelf,
Right.
if you know what I mean.
Oh, I
So,
hear you. Yeah, and Louis always took care of me. So if I go there, I got to hook him up with some cigars.
know-
You have anything else to plug?
No, I just think that we're going to have a great time, and we're hoping for WrestleMania to be unbelievable, and we're hoping that our people will take the main stage.
Yeah. Sasha Banks.
Yes.
Go get it.
Yes, we're
Nothing
waiting for her.
against you, Charlotte, but we definitely want Sasha
Yes.
to take
Yep,
that
definitely.
women's title back.
That's right.
Well, that's it. That's it for us. We're out. Peace.
The preceding program was provided by an independent producer solely responsible for its content. The opinions expressed do not necessarily represent the views of this station, its staff, board of directors, or underwriters.